Everyone believes Maura Murray ran away. They're wrong. The details of Maura Murray's disappearance defy common sense. A young woman, seemingly in control, drives into a tree, then vanishes without a trace. It's a case that has puzzled investigators and armchair detectives for nearly 2 decades, leaving behind a trail of confusing clues and unanswered questions. Maura Murray was a nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, a bright, athletic young woman with a full life ahead of her. She was excelling in her studies, a talented athlete, and had a close-knit family. Yet in the days leading up to her disappearance, something was amiss. On Thursday, February 5, 2004, Maura had a phone conversation with her older sister, Kathleen, which left Kathleen concerned. The exact content of that call remains private, but it was enough to prompt Kathleen to drive to Amherst to speak with Maura in person. The very next day, Friday, February 6th, Maura was at work at her campus security job when she received a phone call. She reportedly became visibly upset, breaking down in tears, and had to be escorted back to her dorm room by her supervisor. The content of this call, too, remains unknown. Later that weekend, on Saturday, February 7th, Maura's father, Fred Murray, drove to Amherst to help her look for a new car. That night, while using Fred's car, Maura hit a guardrail, causing significant damage. The police report noted no alcohol involved, and Fred accepted responsibility for the accident. The following Monday, February 9th, 2004, Maura sent an email to her professors stating a family death and that she would be out of town for a week. However, there was no family death. She also sent an email to her boyfriend, Bill Rausch, telling him she loved him. She then packed a bag and left. At approximately 7:27 p.m. that evening, a local resident in Woodsville, New Hampshire, reported a car accident on Route 112. It was Maura Murray's black Saturn, spun out and stuck in a snowbank near a sharp turn known locally as the Oxbow. A passing school bus driver, Butch Atwood, stopped to offer assistance. He later told police that Maura, who appeared uninjured, refused help, saying she had already called AAA. Atwood insisted on calling the police for her, but Maura reiterated her refusal. Atwood drove home, a short distance away, and called 911 at 7:43 p.m. By the time police arrived at the scene just 10 minutes later, Maura Murray was gone. Her car was locked with the keys inside. A soda bottle, a box of wine, and various personal items were found in the vehicle. The immediate search efforts were extensive, but hampered by a fresh snowfall that evening, which quickly covered any potential tracks. Bloodhounds were brought in, but they lost Maura's scent just 100 yards or so from the accident site. This leads to the first major theory. Maura, disoriented or intoxicated, wandered into the woods and succumbed to the elements. Temperatures that night were near freezing, and hypothermia is a real concern. But no body was ever found, despite extensive searches. Another theory suggests Maura was picked up by a passing motorist. Given her refusal of help from Butch Atwood, perhaps she was wary of authorities for some reason and accepted a ride from someone else. This opens a terrifying possibility: foul play. There were reports of a dark-colored truck seen near the accident site shortly after Maura vanished. One witness, a local named John Marrott, claimed to have seen a dark truck parked facing the wrong way near the crash. Could this have been her ride, or something more sinister? The running away theory, as initially mentioned, posits Maura deliberately staged her disappearance to start a new life. The fake family death email, the packed bag, and the unusual behavior in the days prior all feed into this narrative. But why abandon everything and everyone? Some have speculated about the state of her relationship with her boyfriend, Bill Rausch, or her interactions with other men. Was there something in her personal life, a secret that pushed her to such a drastic measure? These are questions that linger without answers. The black Saturn itself held a few more tantalizing clues. A rag was found stuffed into the tailpipe, a detail that has fueled much speculation. Was it an attempt to disable the car, or perhaps a temporary fix to an ongoing issue? Furthermore, a missing car cell phone was noted by her family. While cell phones were not as ubiquitous then, its absence from the car, if it was indeed with her, suggests she might have intended to use it, or perhaps it was taken by someone else. Her father, Fred Murray, has been a tireless advocate for his daughter, pursuing every lead and often clashing with authorities. He believes Maura was met with foul play, possibly by a local resident or someone passing through the remote area. The case has seen private investigators, citizen sleuths, and even a documentary series. Each new piece of information, no matter how small, is dissected and debated online, keeping Maura's memory and the mystery alive. One of the most enduring and unsettling aspects of this case is the sheer lack of physical evidence beyond the car. No footprints leading away, no signs of a struggle, no discarded personal effects. It's as if she simply evaporated into the cold New Hampshire night. The Maura Murray case is a stark reminder of how quickly a life can change course, how a seemingly ordinary day can turn into an inexplicable nightmare. It highlights the vulnerability of individuals, even in the most mundane of circumstances. Despite years of searching, theories, and speculation, the truth about what happened to Maura Murray remains elusive. Her family continues to hope for answers, for closure, for the day they finally learn what became of their bright, athletic daughter. The college student who vanished after a mysterious car crash has become a symbol of unsolved mysteries, a haunting question mark in the annals of true crime. Her story compels us to look closer, to question assumptions, and to never stop seeking the truth. Imagine a sound, a constant low thrum just at the edge of hearing, but only you can hear it. That's the feeling this case leaves us with, a persistent, unsettling hum of unresolved questions. What other cold cases leave you with more questions than answers? Share them in the comments below.